Hi
Amit.
Amit. Yeah, hi.
Hi.
This is.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking me. What about you? How are you doing?
I'm also doing pretty well. Thank you for asking, and thank you for writing an email to me. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So, how did you find my channel?
Actually, I was watching a video and you were talking to someone. Then I saw you there. You were talking to someone and thought maybe I should have a conversation with you. So I just looked for an email, looked for your channel, and then found out a email on your channel and then mailed you there.
Okay. So, what is the name of your channel?
My channel is what's my channel? English Next Level. Its
English
name is English Next Level.
English next level.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
So, particularly, which kind of video do you upload? Just conversational, or do you upload any solo video?
Yeah, I upload both kind of videos. Sometimes I make solo video whenever I have a time. I'm a teacher, so yeah, let's first introduce ourselves. Then we will know everything about of who I am, and I will know about you as well. So yeah, let's first introduce. Okay, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah. My name is Arindam Mahato. I'm a student. I'm from West Bengal. I'm a student of BA first year. Okay. So I'm doing my graduation with English honors. And besides studying, I'm a part time home tutor. I'm also a teacher. I'm a home tutor. I have some kids, so I teach them. So, yeah, that's all about me.
All right, that's great. Yeah, you are a tutor. Okay,
Yeah.
so my name is Amit Karketta. I'm from Jharkhand, a small town called Gumla. I have just completed my bachelor's in education in English language, and then I'm teaching in a high school. If I talk about my hobbies, then I like playing badminton, hanging out with my friends. Sometimes I also like reading books as well. So this is my short introduction.
Okay. So, you are fond of reading.
Yeah.
Which kind of books do you read?
Usually self-help book helps a lot. Like whenever you are reading self-help book, it helps you to improve yourself as well as it also give you some insight about what are the good thing you are doing in your life and what need to be improved. So I usually read self-help books so that I can improve myself over the time, right? Like it's all about improving yourself and getting better every time you read something and everything you do something. So yeah, I believe in that. Like getting better is more important. So I read self-help book.
Actually, when I started reading books, I also started with the genre of self help. And I read two self help books, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind and Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. So the first book was quite good. But when I read the second book, so I realized that, I knew them already. Like I watch videos about self improvement on YouTube. So when I read self help books, so it's a kind of repetitive for me. So
Okay.
yeah. So I lost the interest on self help. Like I thought that I can watch them on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So now then I shifted to fiction. So
Okay.
right now I'm reading fiction, and also there are some self help books in my list. I will buy them definitely. So what do you think? In order to learn English, like which is most more preferable, self help, like non fiction or fiction?
Yeah, I wouldn't say any of these book would be helpful. It depends on your interest, right? Like whatever you like, go for it. I can't recommend someone to go for only self-help book or fiction book because if they don't like those books, then they are never going to read all those books, right? Even if
Mhm.
they start reading, there will be no interest, right? So I would recommend whatever books you like. If you like fiction book, go for fiction book, and if you like self-help book, go for fiction self-help book, and if you like novels romantic books, then go for those all those books that also helps. So I wouldn't recommend like any book helps. It helps that interesting for you, that's engaging for you, so that you can also enjoy while reading, right? So I wouldn't recommend any book. I would say like go for whatever you like.
Okay, so which kind of book shoots your interest?
For me, I'm also a student of English literature. By the way, I have completed my English literature. bachelor's in English literature in 2020, and I did my bachelor's in education. So I used to read romantic novels because, like, usually, like, we read romantic novels when we are doing our bachelor's in English literature, right? We learn about uh, what to say, British literatures. We read about American literatures, and all those books are romantic novels somehow or the other, right? Most of them are romantic novels or tragedy, right? So yeah, I like that kind of genre a lot. And apart from that, as I mentioned, like I like this self-help kind of book. So yeah, novels and self-help book. I like these kind of books.
Okay, so I have also some self-help books in my list, like Good Vibes, Good Life, like don't believe everything you think. So
Okay.
can you please suggest some more, like which you read and you found it interesting?
All right, like I read two books that I found really interesting. First one is Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you heard about that book, it's all about how to manage your finances, how to manage your money. Because before reading that, I did not know how to manage my finances. I was just wasting my money. But after reading that, it has changed my perspective. Now I'm more kind of conscious while I'm spending my money. I take conscious decision whenever I'm going outside for buying anything. I first take a minute and think whether this is, like, best choice or not. This is my priority or not. Like, is this that I need or not? So yeah, it has helped me a lot to change my perspective. So I will recommend go for reading this book, like Rich Dad Poor Dad. Another thing is Atomic Habit. That's also a great book. If you read that book, you're gonna learn uh, how your habit changes and how your habits can help you to improve in the future, how you can change your bad habits as well, and how you can develop good habits in your life as well. So that's how this book talk about changing habits and adding new habits in your daily life. So these books are really good. You can go for Rich Dad Poor Dad and Atomic Habits. These two books are really good, I would say.
Yeah, I also heard about these books. I have like I watched some YouTubers recommending these books. Like these are so good, and I thought of buying the Atomic Habits. This is in my list, and definitely I think I will read this in. I will read the book in this year.
Okay, definitely. I would say go ahead and read these books. It's gonna help you a lot. Okay, so you said you are from West Bengal and you are doing your bachelor's in English literature. So how is it going? Like, are you enjoying this subject, this
Yeah, I'm
major?
enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, though it's my first year and it's my first semester as well. And in my first semester, there is no text, so it's kind of boring. But I'm enjoying it. Like when I was in my school, I wanted to uh, pursue my graduation with English literature, and
Okay.
I'm lucky enough that I got it. And so
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited to reading these classics, those novels. Though I I haven't got them yet. Like in my first semester, there is no text. There are some literary terms and some rules and conventions of academic writing, and there are some soft skills. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. So though I don't know, but I think there will be some authors like Shakespeare and some. There are some Shakespeare will be definitely there, and
yeah,
like Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. I think they will these types of
yeah.
text will be there.
There are a lot of interesting books, a lot of interesting novels and dramas. I remember when I was in college. Yeah, I did not read actual text. I just watched summary on YouTube and just completed my graduation. But I read some of those novels, and that was really interesting. So I would recommend, like, if you get a time, if you have a time, really good time, then don't watch summary. Maybe you can go to read a real text. It's really interesting, engaging, and it's really fun reading all this. It's because you are into English literature and you are also into your communication skills, and you are also working on your communication skills. So I would recommend, like, if you want to improve yourself and you want to be better, like, you can go to read all those original texts, because there are a lot of things you're gonna learn from there. lots of good words, lots of good sentence structure. I have read few of those books and it has helped me a lot, like to learn new words. And now I'm using all those words while I'm talking to people. Okay, so you are really, good at English. So how did your journey started, by the way?
Actually, I started by watching YouTube. Like I was scrolling through YouTube, and suddenly a video came. There was a boy, and
Okay.
the thumbnail was like my English learning journey.
All
Okay,
right.
so I was intrigued by the thumbnail. I clicked the video. I watched the full video, and there he talked about his journey. Like he learned the language all by himself. Like he
Okay.
didn't pay any single rupee for learning that language. So I was motivated by that video. Then I started watching some videos on YouTube, and and that's how I started my journey. Then I started connecting to people on several applications. I started watching videos to improve my listening skill, and I started reading. Initially, I used to go to ChatGPT and I used to ask ChatGPT for some stories, and ChatGPT used to create some stories for me. I used to read them. Then I started reading some articles, and after getting bored by articles, I started reading books. And
Right.
right now, I'm reading some fictions. Like that's how my journey is going through reading, listening, and making conversations. That's how I
Okay.
have been working on my English.
Yeah, that's how everyone works actually. When I started my English learning, language learning journey, I started with those same steps. In the beginning, I used to read a lots of books, lots of story books. I used to read books of lower classes like class six, seven, right? Because those stories are really easy to understand, right? And texts were really easy, sentences are really easy. So I used to read all those books initially, and then I started working on my listening skills. I used to listen podcasts. I used to listen English songs sometimes, right? So worked on listening skills as well. And later, when I was at least accumulated enough word to express myself, I started looking for a platform where I can express myself. And I also found few platform like if you heard about uh, free for talk. This is a free platform where you can go and talk to any people. So I used to go there and practice my English communication skills with people across the world. So that's how I improved myself. So this is usually people do, right? Like initially they read books and they work on their listening skills and they speaking skills, because writing skills and reading skills are pretty good when we are in school, because r- we kind of learn this subject or study this subject in our school. So these two skills are good, but speaking is a totally different. No one teaches you in schools because they are busy teaching you English grammar and books. So they don't care about whether you learn speaking part or not. You when you enter college, then you realize the importance. Unless and until you are good at speaking, you are not going to get a job anywhere, or there is nowhere you can find a good position in any company or any job. So that's how you realize later, like what is the importance, right?
Yeah. So that's why I also started that. I thought that if I would be able to speak in English, so I would get a good job. So that's
Yeah.
why I started learning. And also, I used to love that language, and I used to love that language. So that's why I started. And now I teach English as well. I
Okay.
I
Okay.
teach I teach. I don't teach them the language part. I teach them the subject, like the grammars, their reading, like whatever is there in their syllabus.
Yeah.
So
Over the time, I have also learned one thing, like if you want to learn anything, like if you become the teacher of that thing, you learn those things really well, because it's your responsibility to teach your students, right? Or whoever is other side, like you have to do a thorough research so that you can explain them really well. So yeah, it's a better way to learn anything. Become a teacher and act like a teacher and teach them and learn all those things easily. So yeah, it has also helped me, a lot. Like when I try to learn any concept, I try to explain to my friends or my students, and later on I do a deep research and find out new concepts and learn all those concepts in a better way. So it helps a lot. So as you are teaching students, maybe you are learning new concepts as well. Your grammar
Yeah.
skills are getting better. So yeah, it helps a lot. Like over the time, I have realized it.
Okay. Are you also an English teacher?
Yeah, I'm also English teacher. I teach in a high school.
So permanently, do you have a government job?
Not a government job. I have just completed my bachelor's in education, so I'm teaching in a private schools. There isn't any vacancy right now. There isn't any vacancy. If there will be any vacancy out, I will apply for that. And if I
Hmm.
uh, crack that exam, government exam, I will join as a government teacher. So that's my dream is. But right now, I am teaching in private school, school, and I'm also running a private institution where I'm teaching students as well.
Okay. So your dream is to become a teacher, and to be
Yeah,
specific, an English teacher.
yeah.
Actually, since my childhood, I also wanted to be a teacher.
Okay, okay. So what's your dream now, by the way?
Like right now, I still have the desire that I want to be a teacher. But in West Bengal, the situation is quite critical right now. Like there is no recruitment for teachers for a couple
Yeah,
of years in West Bengal. So I don't know what is the future of this dream. But let's see. I still have that dream. Like if I see that the recruitment has started again, then I will looking forward to it. I will
yeah,
look
definitely.
forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish you become really good teacher. Like if you are aspiring to be a teacher and working towards becoming a teacher, then go for B.Ed. Like you need a degree, right, to become a teacher. Like you have to get a degree of B.Ed and then you apply for a government job and you become a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Okay, so what kind of things you do usually to improve yourself on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, I like right now I use two applications, CV and Ace Fluency. Like they provide 30 minutes for free. You can connect with the learners. So I connect with them and I read books, which I already mentioned, and I watch videos. Right now, I'm into more like speeches, motivational speeches, or the speeches of celebrities. Like there is a channel on YouTube called English Speeches. It uploads speeches from celebrities, like and with subtitles. So I often listen to those speeches, and I listen to podcasts. There are some podcasts dedicated to English learning, so I listen to them, and that's how I'm improving myself, and to improve my confidence, and to to get rid of my camera fear. I'm doing this thing, like I'm having conversations with uh, YouTubers or some co-learners and uploading them on YouTube. And I think it is helping me to become more confident in front of camera. And I think it will be helping me in the future if I am confident in front of camera. So that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I have also started my journey with the recording recently. It has not been a long. I have started this journey last month because I know the importance of facing camera or facing audience. Unless and until you face someone on a daily basis or you talk to someone face to face, you don't understand what is confidence, right? Because usually when we talk on a phone, we don't know who we are talking to. But when we face someone, then we realize like what is the importance of like confidence, like how we can face to someone and how we can talk to someone confidently, right? So that's the reason I'm also doing it. I'm also a person who is not comfortable with cameras actually, if I be honest. But now I'm building my confidence because like it's a very important, like unless and until this is a technology era, right? Like whatever we are doing using technology. Suppose I become a teacher. I'm teaching in a school, private school or government school. Suppose one day government decides that we have to teach online. So unless and until I get rid of this fear, then I wouldn't be able to make videos on using camera, or I wouldn't be able to teach my students using cameras, right? So it's very important that I get rid of those fears. And apart from that, if I'm doing something else, I suppose I'm in a some other position where I have to teach students online. And if I I have a fear of facing camera, then how can I, right? So yeah, it's very important that you face camera, and it helps you to build your confidence as well. That's the reason.
Yeah, that's you are right. Like if you are confident in front of camera, then you will be assured that yes, you can. You are confident in front of people as well. Like
Yeah,
if there are hundreds of people and you are on the stage, you can speak confidently if you are already accustomed to speaking in front of camera. So
yeah, exactly.
that's why I'm doing it. I also sometimes just open my camera and speak randomly. I don't have any particular topic. I just speak. I don't upload them. I just speak in front of camera. I often do that.
Okay, okay, that helps a lot. I have also tried that before. Like I used to record myself and delete it next day, right? Listen to it. How do I sound? How do I look? And everything, right? So yeah, I understand what you do. Like I used to do that a lot, right? Because it's a kind of a good thing because you are not facing anyone when you are recording yourself, right? Because you are trying to find out what, how do you sound, or how how is your facial expressions and everything, right? So this is what you get to know when you record yourself. So yeah, that's a pretty good way to improve yourself. Next time you see like you are making this mistake, you gonna improve it. Like I improved one mistake, that was using a lot of filler words. I used to use a lot of filler words before, so I recorded most of the time and found out like I'm using a lot of filler words every now and then. Even after every single sentence, I am using filler words, and then I improved on it. Like I don't have to use filler words every time I speak. And yeah, this is how you improve. Like when you are recording and evaluating it, right? Like what are the things you need to be improved? So you work on it. So yeah, this is a pretty good way to improve yourself, I would say.
Okay, so Amit, I think we should wrap up now because I'm in a garden and it's getting dark. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's
can.
getting dark. So I think it's time to wrap up. Okay, so it was nice talking to you. It has been an amazing conversation. I really enjoyed, and I want to have more conversations with you. So we can chat on Skype. Okay.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah. I will love to have another conversation with you as well. Okay, see
Yeah,
you
like
around then. It was a great time with you. Like I enjoyed this conversation. Okay, so see you around then. Bye. Have a great
okay.
day.
Bye. Yeah.